There's so many labels flying around, and I really don't like that. You're either an introvert or an extrovert, and now you're an introverted extrovert, extroverted introvert. I don't like labels. However, you know for yourself, if you are more extroverted, not what you are, it's a behavior you have, or your behavior is more introverted. I know for myself that I have a combination. I can be very extroverted, very out there, energized, loud. And all of a sudden, like this, flick of a switch, I need space. I need to be alone, and I go introvert. And for a long time, I struggled with that. Where is this coming from? Why is this such a sudden switch? And how do I go about this? And if you clicked on this video, you'll probably recognize this. Maybe the opposite way. You're introverted, and then you feel all of a sudden, I need to see people. Or when you're around people, I need to be alone. I'm going to tell you my experience, how I go about this, what my pitfalls were, and what you can do about it. I was always an energetic man, boy, man, teenager, whatever. Like I said, I was always full of energy. I would lit up the world around me, and the people around me would get energized because of my high intensity. What I didn't understand, when I start feeling like, oh my gosh, this is feeling too much, I need to get out, I would stay at that place because I thought people perceive me as the extroverted boy, man. So I need to keep behaving like that, even though I feel the need to withdraw, to go by myself. I pushed that away because I was fulfilling other people's wishes, or what I thought other people's wishes were, because they never said so. I just projected that onto them. So I stayed in that extroverted jacket, where at that time I wanted to have time for myself, which basically was saying to myself, I don't accept that part of me. I don't accept right now that I need to be alone while I'm around these beautiful people, while I'm doing this, whatever I was doing. Not self-loving, right? Which is all what this channel is about, the Conscious Manual, where I help you to love yourself so you can love your life and create the reality that you want. And before you get there, you need to know what it is not loving yourself. Because how can you love yourself if you don't know what the opposite is? That's why you went through your life challenges to come to this point of, wow, I actually want to love myself. Let me get to it and actually work towards that. So while I was navigating this for many years, I understood that it's just okay in that moment when I feel this sudden switch of, I'm at the campfire, for example, lots of people, I'm having a blast, and in the middle of something, I'm feeling the need to withdraw. Well, now I just allow myself. I don't tell anyone, I don't explain myself, I just get up and I'll walk away. Because that's what I need. You don't need to explain anything what you're doing to anyone. You don't owe an explanation to anyone. You can just honor what you're feeling in the moment. And be aware that it's not an escape from what you're feeling or something uncomfortable that's going on, but really something that you need in the moment. This is my social battery. I can only not endure. That sounds like it's a test or something. But I can only be around high energy or like a lot of people for a certain amount of time. Whether that's strangers, friends, the capacity ranges. And I don't know how long it is beforehand, but I know at a certain moment, I need time by myself. And then also the opposite happens when I'm by myself. I learned to be by myself. I learned to enjoy my own company by spending a lot of time with myself. All of a sudden, I can also have the switch again. Oh, now I want to be around people. And then I reach out or I meet up or I go somewhere. In the past, that can also be a pitfall. Like, no, I need to be by myself. And if you aren't actively training yourself or getting to know yourself, how to be with yourself, then that's good to stay in that. But when you are already comfortable with yourself, then you can allow yourself to want to reach out. It's not because, no, I'm an introvert. People see me like that. People are not used to me reaching out or meeting up or whatever. So you're putting a label on yourself and you're putting yourself in a box. That's why I also always, when people When we talk about food styles, people say, oh, so you're a vegetarian. Oh, you're a vegan. Oh, you're a flexitarian, whatever that is. I always say no. I eat vegetarian food, I eat vegan food, whatever, but that's not who I am. Even though you see yourself as a vegan, it's not who you are. You might eat vegan food, yes, but it's not who you are, because that's a label, that's a box. And that means one day if you decide to eat something else that's not vegan, you die, because you're not a vegan at that moment. So when you stop identifying yourself with an introvert or an extrovert, you give yourself more freedom to be what you want to be in that moment. Even though you saw your whole life that you were introverted, you can change. You can now be extroverted and get on top of a stage, even though you think like, no, I can't do that, I'm an introvert. Or when you're an extrovert and out there and loud, you take up space and you want to meditate, no, I can't do that, I'm extroverted. And even when I say loud, I have in the back of my head, oh, that's bad, it can't be loud. Which is a belief that I clearly need to work on. You can take up space. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to be loud. But not being loud just for the sake of being loud. Loud because you want to express something. You want to share your light so other people can enhance their light. Not because you're indoctrinating someone, or because you're insecure about yourself. Like, I need to be the loudest in the room so people actually hear me. Then you're running away from something that's happening within you. An old pattern when at the dining table nobody was listening, so you just shouted and shouted. What happened when I was younger? It was a shouting game at the dinner table with 10 people around the table. Nobody listens. Shouting, telling stories of 5 people talking, just loudness. So I think that's where it originates, what I'm saying. So you can be whatever you want to be. If you're in a situation, you feel the need to withdraw, just do it. When I'm in a conversation with a group, and I feel like the topic isn't interesting me anymore, I just walk away. When it's only me and another person, that's harder to do. I can't just walk away. So then I'll end the conversation. But more than that, you don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to make up excuses. You can just walk away. So honor what you're feeling. When you feel the need to withdraw, do so. When you feel the need to reach out, do so. But it's all about honoring and accepting what you're feeling in the moment. This is all about self-acceptance. When I started doing that, allowing myself to just be myself without explaining myself, by just doing what I wanted to do and not deliberately hurting someone, or it's just honoring what I want. And if somebody gets hurt with that, by me choosing me, that's their stuff. It's not yours to hold. You don't need to choose who you are. You don't need to change who you are. You don't need to change what you're doing out of fear of someone else's perception or judgment of you. That's theirs to deal with. You can be or do and have whatever you decide to do. So when you keep on going on that route, then everything becomes lighter. Everything becomes more you. That's the ultimate self-love. When you just honor yourself, you accept yourself, and you respect yourself. One of the emotional freedom techniques. I deeply and completely love and accept myself, honor myself, and respect myself. And that's everything that you need to do. You are so loved. You are so loved. You need to remember that. And sometimes you forget. That's okay. Because you just keep on coming back to yourself every single time. And that's doing the work. When you come back to yourself, no matter what happens, no matter what. Whether you're extrovert, you come back to yourself. Whether you're introvert, you come back to yourself. And that's the message I have for you today. Yeah, it feels like it. I think more wanted to come, but I don't think so now. So I'm wishing you a beautiful day. Express yourself in the way you want to, loud, silently, within, without, and just enjoy. Enjoy yourself. And remember, you are epic. Ciao, ciao.